In order to revive my hometown's lost Yunjin Liuguang weaving technique, I sold my ancestral home and built a modern workshop. I sought out the only dozen or so remaining weavers in the village, offered them a 20,000 monthly salary to come out and teach apprentices. But what I got in return was the looms being locked up overnight, and them blocking the door, pointing at my nose, and cursing. You sell one Yunjin shirt for 20,000 and only give us a 20,000 monthly salary. Do you think we are beggars? If you don't raise the monthly salary to 60,000 today, don't even think about taking a single thread from here. Glad you know what's good for you. Hurry up and sign a new contract. Pay this month's 60,000 first. Xiao Zhou. Initiate the backup plan. Take action. Shen Yan, what are you trying to do, bringing all these people here? Are you trying to rob us? Didn't you feel like I was profiting off your blood and sweat? Didn't you feel that once this Yunjin is woven, it can sell for 380,000 apiece? Well then, I won't ask anymore. The core technique of Yunjin Liuguang, pattern picking and knotting. Each of you only masters a fragment. 7th grade ant. You know how to start the war, but not how to lock the ends. 3rd grand ant. You know how to lock the ends, but not how to match colors. 5th grade ant. You know how to match colors, but not how to weave the base without me integrating and restoring it. The fragments in your hands couldn't even piece together a complete dragon robe. During that incident 20 or 30 years ago, the complete pattern books were all burned. Each of you only memorized the part you knew. And this technique has had a missing generation for 30 years. You are the last batch of people who have seen the complete weaving method, but your average age is already 63. In another 5 years, you won't even have the strength to pedal the loom yourselves. Cut the locks. Dismantle and remove all the looms. Principal Zhang from the deaf-mute school replied, said we are welcome to visit and inspect any time. Ah Yen, what about the half-woven fabric? The gold and silver threads used for Yunjin. The cost alone was tens of thousands. That has nothing to do with me. Why panic? If Shen Yan can restore it, so can we. Shen Yan has cut off his own roots. There will be a time when he comes back begging us, and when that time comes, it won't be 60,000. It'll be 600,000. Let's go. MM. Cut. Everything is ready. Have a look. Little monkey, you fell and chipped your front tooth. How will you eat candy during the new year? Oh, sweet enough to lose teeth. All teams attention. Begin operation. Is this Principal Zhang? This is Shen Yan. Mr. Shen, you're here. Was the way easy to find? This alley is not easy to find. Principal Zhang, sorry to intrude. Is it convenient to show me the children's classrooms? Yes, it's just that the conditions aren't great. Please don't mind. Walk this way, careful of the steps. The 3rd step here is a bit loose. All right. Mr. Shen, most of the children here come from poor families. Because they can't hear or speak, destiny pushed them to the very edge of the starting line. Their future is as narrow as a crevice. The choices they have can be counted on one hand. Stringing beads at a welfare factory, folding packaging boxes for others, or worse, going home to live on minimum subsidy. In the graduating class last year, there was a boy with exceptional talent in drawing. He won a gold medal in the provincial disabled competition. His watercolor painting is still hanging on the wall of my office today. In the end, he went to a cardboard box factory to tape boxes for 1,200 a month. He can't hear the footsteps in the hallway. Won't look up to watch the commotion. All the noise of the outside world cannot reach his world. And this is exactly the quality most needed to restore Yunjin Liuguang: extreme quietness and extreme focus. This is the place. Principal Zhang. The overwhelming wealth that 7th grade aunt and the others rejected. Does your deaf-mute school dare to accept it? Here is the family situation form for all 63 children in the school. Each child's parents' occupations, annual family income, whether they own property. These standard items in normal forms are left blank in large sections here. Mr. Shin, I don't ask you to take them all, even just one. Having one child who can learn a craft from you and have a different way out in life, I would be satisfied. Principal Zhang. Mr. Shen, from now on, I will take all 63 children in the school, except for one condition. All teaching content, curriculum design, and assessment standards will be determined by me. Teacher Shin, we cannot hear. Can we really learn something so difficult? Not being able to hear the noise of this world is exactly your greatest talent. I have taught this word for over a decade and never applied it to these children. Not pitiful, not defective, but talent. Xiao Zhou, notify the design team and the engineering team to be fully stationed by tomorrow. There is no superfluous warmth in this young man's eyes, only an almost ruthless certainty. Not sympathy, but determination. Not charity, but investment. It's not me coming to help you, it's you coming to help me. We win together. Starting today, my team is stationed at this school. I only have one requirement: follow my rules, execute my standards, without the slightest discount. Your principal Zhang told me that you can endure hardship better than anyone. I hope you prove it to me. Now let me lay out the ugly truth up front. First, all trainees must undergo 3 years of fully closed training, starting from the most basic silk splitting and dyeing. Not a single step can be skipped. If the silk splitting is not fine enough, you keep practicing until you pass. If the dyeing color difference exceeds 1 shade, start over. Even if it takes 100 times, you start over. Second, all manufacturing processes must be videotaped throughout and cooperate with the EMG sensors I installed to collect hand force data. I want to establish a digital craft database. This is not a lack of trust in you, but to use technology to put double insurance on the craftsmanship. Third, upon graduation, sign an exclusive cooperation agreement for a minimum of 5 years. Starting annual salary is 200,000, with no upper limit. But within 5 years, no one is allowed to take private jobs or secretly pass on the technique. Once discovered, permanent dismissal and legal responsibility will be pursued. What I want to build is the world's top luxury brand. I cannot tolerate the slightest hint of counterfeit. I was too naive back then. Naive enough to think human connections could be used as credit. Thought blood ties could restrain greed. Now I understand. In the face of profit, the most worthless thing is what I thought. Rather than waiting for people to turn on me and cleaning up the mess, it's better to make the rules crystal clear from the start. Set in stone. If anyone feels wronged, or will later get jealous of the brand premium and want to go solo, say it now. My convoy can leave immediately. The door is not locked yet. The road is still very wide. But if you sign, Whoever breaks the rules, Shen, will turn hostile faster than flipping a book. Did you all see? This is the broad road to success Mr. Shen is giving us. It's so that when you walk out of these school gates, you can hold your heads high. An iron rice bowl earned through your own skills. 3 years of closed training. Are you afraid? A guaranteed annual salary of 200,000 versus a lifetime of eating based on others' moods. Do you want it or not? Good. Then I, Zhang Min, will speak the ugly truth up front for Mr. Shen. If anyone forgets the well digger while drinking the water and breaks Mr. Shen's rules, without Mr. Shen having to speak up, I, Zhang Min, will be the first to object. Mr. Shen standing in front of you was stabbed in the back by his own people. Before he came to us. We cannot let his heart grow cold a second time. Sign the contracts. This is not charity. This is the team I want. The cloth woven by pure people is the only pure cloth. Cannot hear. Can I really learn it? Not being able to hear the noise of this world is exactly your greatest talent. Yunjin Liuguang requires not just eyes and hands, but a heart undisturbed by any restlessness. And this heart, you were born with. 6:40 a.m. The cafeteria opens for breakfast. Don't be late. Today, having been at this school for 14 years, is the first time I've seen all students go a whole day without anyone being late. No one asking for leave. No one complaining about hardship. Even the little first-grade girl who lost her front tooth split silk until her fingers were red, yet refused to put it down. Quotes from 5 suppliers are back. The budget for silk thread consumables is 12% lower than expected. 3 suppliers knew we were supplying a deaf-mute school and voluntarily offered a discount. Prioritize signing contracts with all the suppliers who offered discounts. The sample fabrics for the next round of submission in Paris. Reallocate funds from this budget. Add a 20% investment in quality control. Principal Zhang, here, is now the quietest and also the most passionate place in this city. I'm telling you, that kid Shen won't last 3 months before he has to come crying and begging me. 7th sister, you're right. His tens of millions worth workshop is still sticking out at the village entrance. Our machines are moved away, but the building can't be moved. The interest will bite him to death. Our Yunjin pattern picking and knotting is a unique skill passed down from our ancestors. 300 years of craftsmanship. He thinks he can rely on a few deaf mutes to learn it. What a huge joke. But I heard he went to the deaf mute school in the city and moved a lot of new machines in. Machines. Can machines weave Yunjin? Yunjin relies on the skill in people's hands. It is picked out thread by thread. You see if I'm right? What's the difference between what comes out of a machine and a rag? Just wait and see. In less than 3 months, he'll have to come back and kowtow. 7th grade aunt. I heard he went to the deaf-mute school in the city. We said we should talk it over properly with Shen back then. 20,000 wasn't a small amount. What? He also hired professors from Tsinghua Academy of Arts and Design, old experts from the Palace Museum, and a group of high-tech engineers, something called EMG sensors. My cousin who works in the city said so. They really signed a contract. It's called the Yunjin Digitalization Project. The money was allocated from the Provincial Cultural Special Fund. Deaf-mute school. Then let's unite. Do it. It's just for show. The more he fusses, the more it shows he lacks confidence. If he was truly confident, would he need to invite so many rescuers? That's a guilty conscience. I've already thought of a countermeasure. The largest intangible cultural heritage exhibition in the provincial capital opens next month. The organizers promised us the best booth. Right in the middle, straight from the entrance. We old sisters will take out our very best skills. Out. Perform Yunjin weaving live. Let Xinyan see exactly in whose hands the orthodoxy lies. And also let the provincial leaders and the city experts all see who the true Yunjin inheritors are. If he can go to Paris, so can we. When next month comes, let everyone see who is the orthodoxy. Eighth channel calibration complete. Fortunately, the signal-to-noise ratio is down. Much more stable than last time. These kids' hands are too steady. Adult testers trained for 3 months to get this signal-to-noise ratio. They trained for 3 days. Would you say it's talent or that they have no distractions? Mr. Shen, this is Xiao Zhou's data from doing the standard pattern picking motion this afternoon. Force, 12 newtons. Angle, positive offset 35 degrees. Single force application time, 0.6 seconds. Consecutive 50 times. Variation does not exceed 0.05. Even an old weaver who is trained for 5 years might not be able to achieve this. Pattern picking and knotting has 4 main techniques in total. We got the standard data for starting the warp today. Locking ends, color matching, base weaving. At this pace, how long will it take to conquer them all? If all trainees reach Xiao Zhou's level, all the standard data for the 4 core techniques can be completed in 8 to 10 months and then enter the sampling phase. Thank you, I will work harder. 8 months. Enough for us to go to Paris. Yunjin. I heard my mom mention it when I was young. Said it was for making dragon robes for the emperor. Incredible. Finally got to see the real thing today. You have a good eye. This is woven using authentic Yunjin pattern picking and knotting. Dragon and phoenix bringing prosperity. This whole piece of fabric has no seams. Feel this gold thread. It's milled from real gold. Auntie. This isn't right. Yunjin is known for changing colors with each pattern, relying on peacock feather emerald velvet threads alternating with gold threads. Why is yours one color all the way to the end? It gives itself away as soon as you flip it over. Ours is a simplified version. Everyone talks about innovation now. He has been doing textile foreign trade for 13 years. Saw authentic Yunjin at the Tokyo National Museum. Even the lighting had to have controlled color temperature. The gap between this simplified version in front of us and the genuine article cannot be summarized by just not fine enough. Auntie. The stitches on your handkerchief are so coarse. The edges are even machine-locked. How do you have the nerve to sell it for 800 yuan? The double-sided, 3 different Su embroidery handkerchiefs next door only sell for 300. What does a little girl like you know? This is Yunjin intangible cultural heritage, a state-recognized heritage. Do you understand? Intangible cultural heritage cannot be an excuse for shoddy manufacturing either. Intangible heritage is an honor, not a fig leaf. We said we should talk it over properly with Xinyan back then. 20,000 wasn't a small amount. Pack up and leave. People in the provincial capital are superficial, only recognizing that flashy high-tech. Let's go back to the village and figure something out. I heard they have already restored the Ming Dynasty weaving data. Is this weaving cloth or looking at a spaceship? Who can still tell if this is a craft or art? So stunning. 2 hours since the exhibition started. Cumulative live stream views broke 3 million. Brand official account gained 80,000 followers and still rising. Reporters from 5 fashion media outlets are queuing for exclusive interviews. 2 of them flew in from Paris. Let them queue. I'll show them the samples later. I've studied Yunjin all my life. The best Yunjin I've ever seen is the Wanli Emperor's dragon robe in the Palace Museum. This piece of brocade, whether it's color matching, composition, or weaving density, even in the fluidity of its luster, it is even more vivid than the actual dragon robe. Mr. Shen, your team didn't just restore a technique. You brought a dead technique back to life and evolved it. The Palace Museum would like to collect this piece of brocade. Elder Zhang, you just said earlier, your biggest regret in life is having no successor. The Palace Museum's exhibition halls are large. Leave a place for the children. Bah. Mr. Shin just came out. Number 7 on the network-wide hot search. Still climbing, like water. The hands of these artists are a gift from heaven. Mr. Shen, your craftsmen are true artists. Paris has been waiting for this day. Waiting for a long time. All of it. Next year. All haute couture production volume. I reserve it. All of it. Not a part. Not priority purchasing rights. All of it. I'll take it all. Mr. Pierre, thank you for your trust. Xiao Zhou, notify the design team. All the ready-to-wear patterns for Paris next year must all be repatterned strictly according to Xiao Mo and the others' technique data. Not a single stitch can be off. Mr. Shin, real-time hot searches. Number 1 right now is Palace Museum collects deaf-mute craftsman's Yunjin. Number 3 is Paris Haute Couture will buy out Liuguang's production next year. Sandwiched between the two is a top idol scandal at number 2. We double-killed. Back to the school. Blame the people nowadays for being too superficial, only recognizing that flashy high-tech. That big screen hurts people's eyes to look at. Who still does handcrafting? What do they really know? Exactly, those fabrics of ours. The gold thread is real gold, the silk is real silk. Right, nothing like their machine-spun ones. Looking good but washing out after one wash. That old expert. Must be a shill Xinyan paid for. What Palace Museum? I think it's just a brand name he bought with money. What can't be bought these days? Right, definitely fake. Those few deaf mutes of his trained for a year and can weave at the level of Ming Dynasty official kills. Who are they kidding? I worked in the weaving room for 40 years just to learn how to start a war. Those mutes learned it in 40 days. How is that possible? Back then. Don't talk to me about back then. Back then it was a trap. Xinyan wanted to buy out our lifelong skills for 20,000. What's the difference between that and selling to middlemen for a few hundred a meter? If Xinyan can succeed relying on those deaf mutes, Why can't we, the Orthodox inheritors, succeed? The ones from the Deaf Mute school can make headlines, while we who have done the craft for 50 or 60 years have become the fakes. Where under heaven is there such reasoning? If he goes to Paris Fashion Week, we go too. We pool money to find the best people, turn all our inventory into ready-to-wear clothes, and host a show ourselves. If Xinyan can buy his way in, so can we. Your sister is right. We pool our money, while host a show ourselves. Who says old crafts have to starve to death? We're going to Paris too. Yes, let Xinyan see who the real orthodoxy is. Well, get on TV too, and then we'll see who is more glorious. Exactly. Here is the 50,000 I've kept at the bottom of my trunk for 30 years. Here. Betting my coffin money too. My old man left it for me when he passed. Can sell for 28,000, plus what's in the passbook, making it 40,000. I borrowed 30,000 from my married daughter. She didn't say much, just told me to be careful. This is my coffin money for my entire life, 80,000. Come. I'll take the lead. We're going to Paris Fashion Week. Let Xinyan see what we're made of. Xinyan is making Yunjin haute couture. Well, make it too. Cut up the best fabrics. Make suits, make dresses, make short jackets. Let those who look down on us see who is the true orthodoxy. A bit higher on the left. Yes, higher. It has to be exactly like the runway at Paris Fashion Week. I had Ahui find a video of the Paris Fashion Week runway online. Their background looks just like this. Clean and imposing. Understand? Ours cannot be worse than Xinyan's. Right, the Paris kind. I watched the video. Their lighting shines down from the ceiling. This striped tarp of ours also has a white background. Close enough. This. The display board is crooked. How about I retypeset it? No need. Crooked is crooked. This is intangible cultural heritage. Intangible heritage is about the craftsmanship, not typesetting. As long as people can read it. They don't know. The patterns of Yunjin pass through the warp and break the weft, woven as a single integrated piece. The moment it's cut, it's ruined. 30 years ago, that incident burned the complete pattern books, and also burned away this most crucial piece of common knowledge. Wait. The opening music is the opening track from the Paris Fashion Week I found online. What on earth is this being worn? That sleeve that's half long and half short, was it cut at the waist, or was it tailored like that originally? Aunties, I don't know about Yunjin, but it's a real pity you ruined this fabric. Cutting it up. Post it online to show them. Great aunt. The runway video you had me search online for. It hit the trending page. Hit trending, that's a good thing. We're famous now. Quick, read the comments. See how the city folks are praising us. What are they doing? Followed by a string of facepalm laughing emojis. Facepalm laughing. That must mean they're praising our runway for being fun. There's more. I don't know much about Yunjin, but was this color matching done by throwing buckets of paint directly? This one has 8,000 likes, one actually dares to make it, and a group actually dares to wear it. This one has tens of thousands of likes. What happened to the promised retro? Are they reviving the retro of township entrepreneurs' art performances? What do they know? A bunch of uncultured people. Yunjin's original color scheme is exactly this. This is called the ancient method. Do you understand the ancient method? I even put in all the dowry money my daughter lent me. What do we do now? Delete all these things right now. Can't delete them, many accounts are reposting and commenting. The more I delete, the more there are. A new one just popped up now. I beg you to spare Yunjin, and spare our eyes too. This one got 30,000 likes in 10 minutes. Those online are all water armies hired by Xingyan. His PR companies are deleting negative posts and gold-plating themselves online every day. This is him spending money to step on us. Don't panic, I have a way. Boss Lou at the fabric store in town said he won't take our fabrics anymore. He said the market is now full of machine-spun fabrics coming from Xingyan's side. Only 280 a meter. The patterns and colors match the dragon robe in the Palace Museum flawlessly. And they even have quality inspection tags. Impossible. That dragon and phoenix peace of mind. The cost of the gold thread alone was 28,000. Even if he uses synthetic gold thread, it can't be made for 280. Unless he wove thousands of meters in one go. And spread the cost out over every meter. Thousands of meters. Who could afford to buy that much? People just can afford to buy it. Boss Lu said Xingyan digitalized all the weaving data completely. Xiao Zhou's pattern picking technique, force, and angles were all converted into CNC programs. One machine can weave 30 meters a day. How much does our machine weave in a year? Not even 3 meters. Theirs is a standardized assembly line. We do it thread by thread. This isn't on the same playing field. Sister Wu, take that batch of swastika patterns you have and compare it to their 280 yuan ones. Have you compared them? On the left is the machine-spun cloth 5th grade aunt brought back. On the right is the same style hand-woven by Granny Chen 31 years ago. Swastika pattern. 7th grade aunt reaches out with her right fingertips. First touches the machine-spun cloth, smooth and delicate. Then moves to the fragment on the right, saying nothing. 3rd grand aunt carefully folds the fragment on the table and places it into the old wooden chest beside her. Granny Chen stands in the crowd, staring blankly at the pile of cut-up Yunjin fragments in the corner. A peddler's shout floats into the main room, echoing in the silence, but no one moves. They know that before, scrap cloth collectors were at least willing to buy it as old coarse cloth. Now even a peddler starts picking and choosing. When Grandma Lin leaves, she takes the machine-spun fabric apart and takes it with her. 5th grade aunt gently closes the door behind her. Leaving only 7th grade aunt alone, she picks up the fabric, holds it up to the light for a long time, then puts it away again. This. Does the world understand love? It seems not enough. Will growing up bloom? To embrace affectionately. Love this youth's irony, me. This sea of flowers. Surface. This sea of flowers surface. Master, look quickly. Skillful, incredibly skillful. I learned for 8 years just to know this density, and you produced it in 4 years. This fabric is good enough to make a jacket for the Empress. Have you seen the news? Xinyan's company, Liuguang, hit a valuation of over 5 billion last month. 5 billion. That little mute who came out of his deaf mute school now has an annual salary of 1 million. 1 million. And my mom? My mom made Yunjin for 50 years. And now she even has to ask me to pool money for her medical bills. What kind of situation is this? Who was the one thumping their chest back then saying that Xinyan would come begging us within 3 months? Where is he? He's at Paris Fashion Week now. He made the cover of Vogue. And us? What did we make? We made it onto funny short video compilations. My son was mocked at school with that spoof video of us wearing Yunjin. He came back and cried all night. The crowd is agitated. Only third grandaunt sits by the well, having not said a word the entire time. Let's go. Go to 7th grade aunt's house to demand an explanation. 600,000 is not a small sum. It's not just owed to my family. It's owed to everyone sitting here. Seventh grade aunt's door is bolted from the inside. The curtains are drawn tightly. Let's come back tomorrow. 7th grade aunt huddles on the bed, shivering in fear under the covers. No light in the room, only the hole in the old newspaper on the window. Let's in a little moonlight. Shen Yan. Seventh grade aunt neatly folds the moldy fabrics, one piece at a time, and puts them back, as if she is saying goodbye to those fabrics. She drags a bag out from under the bed, cuts off the zipper with scissors, takes out the banner made after returning from the Intangible Cultural Heritage exhibition. Fifth sister, are you going? There's nothing left to lose anyway. Are you going or not? I'm going. That dragon and phoenix fabric of mine cost me over 50,000 just in materials. If I don't go, it'll just rot in the trunk. I'm going right now. Mother-in-law is critically ill with pneumonia. Can't go. Heading to the city. 120 per person. Put your stuff in the back. The back seat can squeeze 4. The extra person sits shotgun. Shen Yan, we know we were wrong. I beg you, for the sake of sharing the same ancestors, give us a hand. Your grandfather and I were first cousins. Ah yen, just buy these fabrics from us. Even 10 yuan a meter is fine. If they sit any longer, they'll completely rot. They'll be completely eaten by bugs. That's genuine Yunjin right there. We were blinded by petty profits and ruined our own roots. Mr. Shen, the public sentiment data is rising very fast this time. Please take a look. Mr. Shen, a group of elderly people came downstairs, claiming to be your elders from your hometown, saying they have an urgent matter to see you. No matter how we persuade them, they won't leave, insisting on lying down there. About 20 people have arrived so far. The old lady leading them keeps shouting, saying she watched you grow up, and you shouldn't forget your roots. A few media outlets have already caught wind and arrived. A whole field of long and short camera lenses are set up. There are also 3 or 4 streamers broadcasting live. It's already on the hot search. Intangible Heritage Masters Neil and Beg Domineering CEO dropped straight to number 5. Still charging up. The live stream cameras are pointing right at it. Bullet comments are already flooding in. Should we initiate the emergency public relations plan? Let them wear themselves out. Notify the legal department and brand department. In 5 minutes, in the plaza downstairs, hold an on-site press conference. All the media are there, right? Saves us the venue fee. Yes. Right here. I want to give them, and the friends all over the internet who care about this matter, a formal reply. I am not buying. I can't buy them. And even less so do they deserve to be bought. Why won't you buy? Ah yen. Didn't your company's slogan say, let intangible heritage be reborn? We are the intangible heritage. I've been learning this craft since I was a child. My whole life. I've only done this one thing. Saving intangible heritage means saving us. You can't just stand by and watch us die. 2 years ago, when I used my entire net worth from selling my ancestral home to build the first workshop in our hometown, what was in my heart was truly the dream of seeing this technique be reborn. Back then, I slept less than 4 hours a day, ran my legs off, talked until my lips were warm, splitting every penny in half to spend, just thinking that once the workshop was built, I'd invite you in to systematically teach apprentices. I would provide for you in your old age and arrange your funeral, and you would pass the craft down to the next generation. But that day when you locked the looms with iron chains, blocked my door, pointed at my nose calling me black-hearted, when you called me a vampire, did you think about the words technique rebirth? When you demanded exorbitant prices, sat around waiting for death, forcing me into a dead end. What was in your hearts? Was it this craft, or your own retirement money? If even one of you had stood up and spoken a word of fairness, would we be sitting here today? The raw silk Liuguang uses is top-grade fine silk hand-split through 66 processes with a fineness error not exceeding 0.1 denier. Currently, only 3 mulberry silk bases globally can supply it stably. Do you expect me to use this severely mold-infested material? These scraps where thread breakage exceeds allowable limits and insect holes cover the brocade pattern. To try and fool the Paris Haute Couture Federation's twice-yearly strictest quality control inspections? Do you want my brand worth 5 billion to be nailed to the pillar of shame of the whole industry along with your pile of rags, never to recover? Taking this opportunity today, I am announcing 2 things. First, the white paper on the grading standard for contemporary Chinese Yunjin, jointly formulated by Liuguang, the Palace Museum, and Tsinghua Academy of Arts and Design, is officially released today. From now on, all textiles claiming to use the Yunjin technique must be graded and certified according to this standard. In the future, what makes a masterpiece? What is a common commodity? There will be a complete set of scientific, digitalized evaluation systems. Quality dictates, data dictates, craftsmanship dictates. Nostalgia will no longer sell for money. The second thing, to commemorate the true rebirth of this technique, I have decided to use the name of the first deaf-mute youth to weave a complete Yunjin Liuguang, Xiao Mo, to establish the Xiao Mo Charitable Trust Fund. The initial injection of this fund will support intangible heritage skills education and employment guarantees for disabled children in underdeveloped areas. Starting next year, Liuguang will sequentially select partner workshops in various provinces, prioritizing the establishment of practical training bases in remote areas, with full social insurance and housing fund, and no upper limit on income. That was originally ours. Xiao Mo. Oof. Some people, some techniques, rotting away in time, perhaps is their best destination.